just from my perspective, I'm involved with the track and trace side of the business within the PACT Group, and that's all about understanding what our assets are doing and providing some real-time data to our customers. We primarily make plastic packaging. Everything that you see in a supermarket, in Bunnings, in all the different types of retail, 75% of that we make, from meat trays to paint tins to anything that you can think of. So we're heavily into the manufacturing side of it, but we also realise that in our industry, we need to have a conscience about what we do and how we operate as a company. And for a lot of years now, there's a lot of bit of talk about the circular economy, and that is really an ingrained component of our business at the moment. We have grown significantly. We're in 130 odd locations. There's over 6,000 employees. We're in 16 countries, and we have over 7,000 customers out there in the world. Our main focus at this point is the single trip use, trying to eliminate the packaging that only has one purpose and one use only. We want to try and, as I said, get it back into a reuse, recycle and remake scenario. Part of the business that I operate in is what we call PACT reuse. So our industry is all about supplying packaging that can be moved around and reused again. So you all would have seen a black crate in Aldi and Woolworths and Coles. We manufacture these, and it's all made from a certain component of recycled plastic. But we also, as part of our business, do all the conditioning, washing and reissue. So it becomes something that gets reused multiple times. And each individual crate probably goes through our pool about 14 times a year. And that's eliminating cardboard, eliminating landfill, and offering something that has actually been recycled. And with the work with WHG and ourselves, we've come up with a platform very similar to what it's been shown previously, but it's a platform that's specifically for our business and for our customers.
I just want to echo what Kevin said, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the technologies that we've used and we've trialed with PACT. And over time we've come up with a fully customized solution. But we've trialed Bluetooth technology, we've trialed RF technologies, and our new generation Bluetooth. And you can see all these different hardware models. The furthest one on the right hand side is our RF tag. They are connected with the reader network that are fixed and mobile, providing visibility in different areas of the business, especially involving logistics and transportation. So there you go. Kevin's generous with the hand modeling. From the designing to the firmware to the housing to the mechanics of it, everything is done by WHG. So it's something that, as a company, we're very proud of, that we are able to provide solutions to customers when they come to us.
The one thing that helped us make the choice of going down this path is that it has a certain amount of memory in this. So it will data log what goes on, 64,000 events before it has an upload. So even if we don't have a gateway in a truck, we're recording everything that happens on that trip. And then once it gets to the end location, we'll then report back to the gateway, and we'll do a dump of the information that we've gathered at that point.
So this is the one half of the part of the leg, and the Genius tag gets inserted into it, and it's fixed into the housing, and the leg gets dropped.
The interesting reason why we didn't put it in the base, but we put it into the side, was twofold. One, the base tends to get more damaged than the sides, particularly in the folded state. There was a channel sitting in there. We just had to incorporate 2 holes in our design, in our mold. The insertion it just clips into place, but because it's got orientation as well, we can actually tell when the bin is in use or ready to be returned. So once again, that optimization of the supply chain, we get an understanding of out there in our fleet, what's currently in use, what's not, what can we collect, what can we issue. So we get a lot of data that we use internally as well. Okay, so internally we can use a lot of the data that we collect, but also there is data that we want to provide our customer. For example, yesterday I was at Coles in Sydney at their retail ready operations where they do all the pre-packing for the meat. It's essential for them to understand that bin loads of prime ribeye and everything else coming through, thousands of dollars per bin, that has come in the right condition. And the whole reason why we're going down this path is because of the information that we can gather and give to the customer. Okay, so we spoke a little bit about the produce being out the front and the RF tag that we've used, but we're also doing a project at the moment where we're tracking our folding crate, which, as you know, goes into Coles and all that sort of thing. We are using this with a trial with Lineage Transport. They have their own fleet. They actually buy these off us. But they were interested in us providing them a solution to track. And you can see that
we've got a Bluetooth tag in there.
Bluetooth device is sitting inside there. We've set up a high site within some specific trucks. And what we're doing is we're tracking the outbound movement, recognizing that we can see all the crates while they're on the way out. When they stop at a geolocation that we've set up, which is one of the 7-Eleven stores, we'll see that crate will suddenly disappear, but we'll also, other crates will appear because we've exchanged full crates and picked up some empties. So we're managing that as a trial, and so far we're getting some good data coming back to say that we can actually pinpoint on a map how many crates are at each of those locations without setting up any other infrastructure.
Just to an extent, even though this is a pilot trial, we, from our team, we would do brandings and barcodes and scanning and for all the crates during the process. So one of the parts that we do during the point of install is called berthing, where it's associating a tag to the barcodes, and normally these crates won't have any barcodes that associate in the system. So we would create a berthing process in order to do that.
Quickly, the benefits. We can validate movements in and out of each of our setup sites. It certainly reduces the food waste that we experience by monitoring temperature, stock taking, administration. Pallet controllers love this type of technology and the information that they get because it helps them reconcile on a daily basis where they would probably do it on a weekly basis because of the task involved. They can get this information daily, which is a big help for them. As I said, what we're doing, we're tracking the food, we're tracking the asset, and we're having a look at what the supply chain is doing so that we can adjust and move forward.
At the end of the day, what we talk about with all the hardware and everything, what really drives it is the data and visualizing that data to be able to understand and for supply chains and managers to make decisions on it. Calvin will talk a lot more in detail with how powerful our platform is and how much it can scale to different industry and different requirements. But just at a high level, you get location visualization on movements and crates and dwell times, key metrics that everyone in the industry is looking for in the supply chain. So thank you, and thank you all for listening to us.